This segment is sponsored by the Richmond Sentinel, providing news, entertainment, and human interest stories in print and online.
Well, if you have been to a club, a lounge, a convention, anything else in this city or across the country, parts of the world, you have seen these guys perform. Their music and their performances on stage are infectious and a great honoring of ABBA. It's a great pleasure to welcome two of the members of ABBA Cadabra. It's Jonas Falle and Jeanette O'Keefe. They are the co-creators, the co-producers, and also married.
Yes.
Wow. Anyway, guys, great to have you. You're just back, and I'm happy to say, because there wasn't a lot of touring for a long time, but you're just back from a big Canadian tour.
Yep.
Lead and I were emceeing an event not too long ago, and you were there doing your show. Yep. How great is it to be back on stage doing what you do?
It's amazing.
So grateful.
Yeah.
We feel so grateful, and it's joyous. Yes.
I noticed the crowd too the night that Lita and I were there. People seem, they love hearing ABBA, but also they seem to be so happy to be back in a group setting, singing along with you guys to all these great songs.
Honestly, obviously having the last couple of years off was was a difficult process, but now to be back, we have such gratitude, and to see the people in the audience connecting and dancing and smiling and crying and just being so joyous, just to be able to connect with people and enjoy the music,
And music that we must say, I said to you before we went on camera, I'd say along with the Beatles and Queen, music that's timeless, and I saw that the other night. You guys must see that generational thing happening when you perform.
Oh, yes, that's one of the most awesome things about doing this show, is seeing the multiple ages and cultures coming together to celebrate music. We'll see children with their parents and grandparents, 3 generations together singing along to the same song. So you don't see that very often.
Joan, I'll move over to you now. Talk about you guys putting this together almost 20 years ago. Again, you said the last couple of years, of course, have been difficult for everybody, but clearly you guys love what you do.
Oh, absolutely. We're huge fans of ABBA, right? That's why we started it. And it was, we celebrate the music with the fans. So when we come on stage, we don't impersonate, we're performing the music as fans. So we get to celebrate every night with the people too, and that's why it never gets boring for us, because every show is like our first and last, and just to get out there and just bring joy to people, it's just so fulfilling for us.
And we should say this, because you don't always see this, but you guys are actually very good at what you do. You've got a great band and you sing well, so it's not a novelty thing with you guys. Like, honestly, you sound great. There's been some great highlights. I got to point out one though, because I've never said this to anybody we've interviewed. You've performed in front of the King and Queen of Malaysia.
Yeah.
A couple of times, actually.
A couple of times. How was that?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Amazing. We actually, we performed a few different events for the royal family, and we got to go to their new palace in Putrajaya, and they gave us a tour of the palace and had us for dinner. It was quite an experience.
And then the Queen likes to dance, so the dancing.
Okay.
So when all the guests are there and the Queen is dancing, nobody's allowed to leave until the Queen leaves. So she was having a great time. Before you know it, it's like 3, 4 in the morning, and everybody's drinking juice because they don't drink alcohol, right? And so we're all dancing, but we're a bit jet lagged, but we can't leave because the Queen still wants to party. So until the Queen leaves, we're there, right? So, but it was great doing line dancing with her and stuff.
And again, it must be great because this music of ABBA, it transcends cultural ethnicity. It says you could be in Malaysia or here in Vancouver. People are reacting the same way.
Absolutely.
People love the music, and it is such happy, positive music. It just puts everyone in a good mood.
Yeah. Oh, if you don't like ABBA, you can't get a smile on your face. You are. I get your heart checked. Hey, let's talk about. You've got some big shows coming up, including a gig here in Vancouver New Year's Eve.
Yes. It's at the River Rock Show Theatre on New Year's Eve, and it's going to be a great dance party. We're going to have a lot of fun and bring in the New Year, so we're excited about it. Should be a lot of fun.
Also, we should say you can follow you guys on Instagram at Mooncoin Live. Also, more information on the band is mooncoinproductions.com. Hey, before we go out, one last question. I want to say, Jeanette, you picked this one up. Let's do a little plug for your daughter, who you say is brilliant in her own rights and too busy to play with mom and dad.
Yes, my daughter is a brilliant music producer, songwriter, singer, guitar player, and you can find out more about her at Net Songs.
Nette Songs.
Yeah. Runs in the family. Okay, hey, it's Jonas Falle and Jeanette O'Keefe. They're the co-founders, creators, and producers and married. Can you believe that, folks? Wow. Of Abracadabra, look for them, as we mentioned, mooncoinproductions.com. Guys, good luck on New Year's Eve and into the new year. Thanks for taking some time with us.
Awesome. Thank you,
Oh,
my
you're
friend.
quite welcome. Good to see you guys.
Thank you so much.
This segment was sponsored by the Richmond Sentinel, providing news, entertainment, and human interest stories in print and online.